to the DonKhaoss podcast.
Alright, we're kicking off the first episode of the DonKhaoss podcast. In this podcast, we're gonna cover real life issues, family issues, even the music business, any topics that y'all could even think of. But in a specific one, I'm gonna give y'all a personal experience that I went through. This happened to involve the late great rapper King Von, God rest his soul. And I know y'all probably wondering, how did y'all meet? How did y'all get up? So I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. I woke up one day and I didn't have much money to my name. I want to say maybe close to $60. I remember my mom asked me for $30. So what I did was I went to the barbershop, I got a haircut, and with the remaining money, I gave the cash to my barber and he cashed that to my mom. She was living in New York at the time. I was in Atlanta. So I had weed to smoke, because that was my choice of drug back then. I had everything to just keep me calm except some money. And with having kids, I'm sure you'll, not be calm without any money. So my goal for that day was to make some money. So I went on foot, and I went to doing a terrible habit I picked up and looking in people's cars. So I get to a street, I was scouting the scene. I was looking at cars from the corner of my eye, and a black Tahoe caught my eye. And I see the Montclair jacket just hanging out there. And a Montclair is not a cheap jacket. I know if I bring that to the hood, I can get at least half of what it costs, on demand, cash. I remember having a Phillips head screwdriver. I didn't even have a flathead, which would be my usual utensil for this, specific hobby. And I've gotten so good at this that I probably popped the window, in the matter of 2 seconds. So I popped the window, grabbed the jacket, and it was another bag in the car, and I grabbed that too. And as soon as I get out the window, I see an APD car looking at me. So police watched me do the whole thing. And, I was shook. And my only instinct, I knew what to do is run. So I attempted to run, ran down the hill. I'm running as fast as I can, but that's not too fast because I'm actually in some shoes that don't fit me because, they didn't belong to me. I know this sounds crazy, but I thank God that I'm not doing these things anymore. So I'm running. I approach a tunnel, a bridge that I don't feel like I can actually, get out of. And I didn't want to run under the tunnel with 2 white officers chasing me. So I jumped on the ground and put my hands behind my back. And the police officer approached me, and I said loudly, sorry for running, I'm not resisting. That wasn't good enough for them. They put my hands behind my back, put me in cuffs, and kneed me in my ribs, 2 times, 2 knees. So I'm feeling the pain. It was a sharp pain instantly. And they put me in cuffs. They put me in a car. And it was terrible. Like, I'm actually, having bad time speaking about it, just thinking about it. However, they put me in a car and they said they had to bring me back to the scene to see if, whoever was responsible for the vehicle wanted to press charges. So I'm in the backseat of the car, hands cuffed behind my back, sharp rib pains, and I see a group of guys walking up. So I instantly noticed the blonde dreads, and here I am looking at King Von. Yeah. So he comes to the back seat. They have his jacket and his bag on top of the car. I actually didn't get away with anything, so I'm not gonna look for clout and say I took anything from anybody. it's a petty and bum ass hustle anyway. Anybody that's still doing it, I suggest y'all to find a new hustle. But he came to the back seat, you know, and this really made me feel as being 28, because I was 28 at the time. It made me feel like a little nigga. Basically, he looked in the back seat, like, damn, shorty, you try to take my jacket? I ain't gonna sit here and act like no tough guy. I got my hands behind my back. I just look at him and be like, my bad, bro. I ain't know it was you. He said, I ain't tripping. Shorty was just trying to get him some money. That was pretty dope of him to say that, because it let me know like he didn't forget where he came from. Growing up in the hood, in the trenches, these activities go on all the time. Nor are they acceptable. I don't think if he, seen me actually committing the act, that he would have been that passive, but he really handled it like a player. Long story short, he didn't press charges, but he did tell me something. He said, you gotta slow down while you doing this type of shit, shorty. And I don't know exactly what he meant when he said that, but the picture came crystal clear. Came to find out he had 18,000 all blue hundreds, in the car, and I totally missed that. So the police come back in the car, they're like, damn, like, you had 20,000 cash in there, like, what you would have did if you would have got that money? I said, shit, I obviously wouldn't be doing this shit no more. So they asked if they wanted Grady to come. And I said, nah, I was just ready to get back in the booking process and, get this over with, because it wasn't my first time in jail. So Grady pulled off, and as soon as they pulled off, I tried to turn in my seat and I felt a sharp pain. Come to find out, I had 4 broken ribs, and it was diagnosed by Grady. I had to end up going to Grady before I even got booked in the Rice Street. So, I've never had anything broke on me, so it's one of the most painful times, physically, on me ever. So I'm in pain, 4 broken ribs, I'm in Grady, I'm cuffed to the bed. I remember the doctors coming in, and they gave me a few type of medicines to ease the pain. However, I had to still go back to jail. I stayed in the hospital maybe one day, then went back to jail, still had the broken ribs. So it was an experience that is like, damn, like, I put myself in this situation, but I am grateful because, I'm not naive to what goes on in the street. And, I had to end up doing 8 months behind that time. I'm still actually, on some intense probation now for this same act. And, I know the situation could have been worse, but I'm grateful, because me coming out, getting my own spot now, owning a few vehicles, I wouldn't be happy if someone was breaking into my shit. You feel me? So, I wanna shout out King Von, you feel me? God rest his soul, and he kept the real play. I know y'all probably thought, he about to get on here and talk about some bullshit with the, Rabbit as it sees. Nah, it's not that. I'm showing him his respect. Took me a minute to actually even come out in the open and talk about this situation, But I just wanted to give y'all a little rundown on me. Don talk, man, I done came a long way. I'm blessed, but everybody doesn't get that opportunity to come out of that bad situation. So, best advice I can give to my youngins out there is, work for the money, you feel me? Even if you ain't going to do a 9 to 5, like, do something, do diligently, like, don't be lazy, and definitely leave people's shit alone, you feel me? Because you can end up with broke ribs, you can end up in jail, or even worse, you can end up dead. Stay tuned for new episodes of Don Talk. Finally got this off my chest to y'all. and I got a lot more coming. Follow, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. You know, y'all send me some subjects y'all want to talk about, and we gonna get it popping, man. DonKhaoss streaming everything on every platform, and we having fire.
I used to ask for slots, now I just put on my team. I'm dressing foreign and clean, they calling me money machine. Hey, they calling me money machine. I put the blues on the top of the pink, I put the pink on the top of the green. I make it 50 as fast as you blink. Pull up a pair on me, European. 3% on my